Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Nayla and I am an English education student. So, today I want to discuss about how we learn a first language, how we learn a second language, and what happens when someone has dyslexia. So, let's start with how we learn our first language. This is called language acquisition. So, from the moment we are born, we begin to learn language by listening to the people around us, like our parents, our families, and our teachers. At first, we just bubble and copy sounds. Then, we start saying single words like mama, or papa, or milk. Before long, we put words together into short phrases like one cookie or go outside. Without even realizing it, by the time we are around 5 or 6 years old, we can already speak in full sentences and hold conversations. And we didn't have to study grammar or take any test. This is because our brains are wired to pick up language naturally when we are young, especially when we are surrounded by people who talk to us and respond to us. But what about when we try to learn a second language, like English, Indonesian, Korean, or French? That is called second language acquisition, and it usually works a little differently. Most of us learn a second language in school or by practicing with books, learning apps, or videos. Unlike with our first language, we often have to study the rules of grammar, memorize vocabulary, and practice reading and writing. This kind of learning usually takes more effort and can be influenced by many factors like how old we are when we start learning, how motivated we are, and how much practice we get. Some people may find it easy and fun, but for others, it can be frustrating and slow. So, not everyone learns a second language the same way. Some people are very motivated and confident. Some are shy or afraid of making mistakes. Younger people often learn pronunciation better, while older learners may understand grammar faster. But for some learners, there is another challenge, something called dyslexia. So, what is dyslexia? So, I watched a video about dyslexia, and this is from TED Talk video. Quoted from TED Talk video, dyslexia is a caused by a phonological processing problem, meaning people affected by it and have trouble not with seeing language but with manipulating it. So, for example, spelling words phonetically, like STIK for stick and FRENS for friends. So, if I combine it into a sentence, it is called I play stick with my friends. That is how dyslexia spelling works. People with dyslexia have trouble matching the letters they see on the page with the sounds those letters and combinations of letters make. And when they have trouble with that step, all the other steps are harder. So, next, according to article that I read, the exact cause of dyslexia isn't clear. However, several clues hint at how and why most cases happened. So, the first one is genetics. Dyslexia is highly genetic and runs in families. A child with one parent with dyslexia has a 30% to 50% chance of inheriting it. Genetic conditions like Down syndrome can also make dyslexia more likely to happen. Differences. Next is differences in brain development and function. So, if you have dyslexia, you are definitely neurodivergent. That means your brain forms or works differently than expected. Research shows people with dyslexia have differences in brain structure, function, and chemistry. Last, disruptions in brain development and functions. Infections, toxic exposures, and other events can disrupt fetal development and increase the odds of later development of dyslexia. Next, what are the signs and symptoms of dyslexia? So, as a child gets older, dyslexia can often look like difficulty spelling simple words, trouble learning with the names of letters, problem telling apart letters with similar shapes such as D and B or P and Q, trouble rhyming, reluctance to read aloud in class, and trouble sounding out new words. So, having one of the above doesn't mean a person has dyslexia. But if they are having trouble learning with the basic skills for reading, then dyslexia screening and testing is a good way to see if they need specialized help. Next, real stories from people with dyslexia. So, in the video, what is it like to have dyslexia from YouTube? So, Beck, age 9, says that dyslexia doesn't mean you're stupid. It means you are really smart and different than other people. Jack, age 16, adds that it's not a huge difference. So, and encourages others not to see it as a negative thing. It just means you may need a different way to learn. These real stories show us that while dyslexia can make second language learning more challenging, it also brings special strengths. With the right support, students with dyslexia can succeed just like anyone else. Every learner is different, and understanding their needs is the first step toward helping them grow in confidence and ability. Can you still be successful if you have dyslexia? Yes. While dyslexia presents challenges for many who have it, there's no shortage of high achievers with dyslexia. So this is Jennifer Aniston. Although she is dyslexia, but she is a successful actress. So this is the references. The first one is from Crescent, of course. The second is a video, I think from YouTube, and the last is a TED Talk video, also the article. I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching and listening. Goodbye.